Did you know that only 0.023% of all the buildings in the world are net zero? And most of those are net zero energy, accounting for only scope 1 and 2 emissions and ignoring scope 3 emissions altogether. As the world's premier net zero certification body, we know firsthand that eliminating scope 3 emissions can be intimidating. For most companies, value chain emissions represent a much greater proportion of their carbon footprint, more than 70% in fact, than operational emissions. And this is where the global network for zero difference comes in. We prioritize scope 3 solutions because these are the hardest to measure. Decarbonization across value chains and getting your building or business to zero means going beyond its confines. It means considering how clean the grid is, where the electricity and water come from, where the waste goes, and what transportation is optimal. We help you tackle these more challenging scope 3 hurdles and more. And one of the ways we can help you do that when it comes to buildings is embracing an LCA or life cycle assessment strategy for eliminating this elusive category of emissions. From how raw materials are procured and processed, to repair and maintenance, to eventual demolition and materials disposal, with an LCA, you can evaluate all 4 stages of a building's life. Using an LCA can enable you to gain the necessary data to design or redesign products for resource efficiency, lower emissions during production, use and disposal, engage with suppliers to reduce emissions in the product selection process, select suppliers with lower emission profiles, choose products designed for easy disassembly and recycling, and reduce emissions associated with waste processing. Put simply, net zero targets and a net zero world are not possible without scope 3 progress. Have questions about starting on scope 3 and finding the best strategy for you? Reach out to the Global Network for Zero today.